interfere because the enemies would leave once they take what they want. But if fight breaks out and things escalate, she won't be able to guarantee their survival. She nonchalantly asks Sunya if their ship has already been locked on. If that's the case, they should brace for impact. But Sunya shockingly told her that what they are firing at them wasn't an EMP. Rather, it was a ship-destroying photon cannon, which indicates that they are planning to kill them. At the same time, on the Greenwood ship, the man told Sungbom that them using the photon cannon violates space regulations and it might cause trouble later, so he suggested that they should quietly capture and dispose of them. But Sungbom told him, no, he have a bad feeling about the mission, so it's better to just blow them to dust since they can shift all the responsibility to the client, the Heavenly Demon sect, and so he told him to fire when ready. At the same time on S-Devil ship, Seo-young panically asked Sunya if they can warp out and escape. Sunya replied no, since they are surrounded on all sides. She asked again if they can block the attack with the shields. But Sunya told her that it's not working since they sold some ship parts for living expenses. Seo-young was like, damn it, we are fucked. At the same time, the photon cannon energy was fully charged. Sungbom then gave the order to fire it, and so, boom. The energy was shot directly at their ship. At that moment, they were all hopeless, and they have accepted death. There was an intense explosion from impact, but to Sungbom's surprise, the ship came out unarmed, since it was blocked by another big ship, and the ship belongs to the girl with a spear on her hand. The girl is known as Elena, but she is popularly known by her nickname, the 8th-foot fighting ghost. Seo-young, Robert, and Mokjin were surprised to see Elena. Even Sungbom had no idea why she is here. The ship driver told Sungbom that the shield she used to block their attack is a terraformation-grade shield. Although it's a powerful shield, but they can penetrate it if they max out the photon cannon output, so he asked Sungbom if they should recharge. But Sungbom told him that them starting a space war just to deal with a cockroach is not a wise decision, because Elena isn't a person that they can handle easily. So he told the driver to activate the teleportation for him to go meet her. Sungbom then wondered why such a monster like Elena came. At the same time, Robert was surprised to see the popularly known 8-foot fighting ghost Elena, an S-rank bounty hunter who is also unpredictable that even the leader of most sects avoid her. So he asked Seo-young if she knew why she is here, but Seo-young didn't know either. What's more puzzling is that she saved them if she hadn't blocked a photon cannon. All of them in the S-Devil ship would have been atomized by now. Sungbom teleported out of his ship to come and see his sister Elena. He said to her, "Long time no see, Sister Elena." But Elena didn't reply. He was like, "Surely I hope you haven't forgotten me." He then told her that he is her 55th younger brother, Kim Sungbom, and he greeted her at their mother's birthday 2 years ago. Elena wasn't interested in his gibberish, so she told him to get lost. Sungbom was surprised by her words. He then decided to formally introduce himself. However, this time, not as her brother Kim Sungbom, but as the leader of the Galaxy Division of the 72 Strongholds of Greenwood. He told her that telling him to get lost is the same as telling all of Greenwood to get lost. So he cannot accept that, but Elena didn't say anything. Rather, she went straight to releasing her aura, ready for battle. Robert was watching them from the ship, since it seems like they are about to fight. But Seo-young told him that it won't be an easy battle, because even for Greenwood, Elena isn't easily touched. She added, saying that dealing with Elena alone is tough, and if Greenwood is unfortunate, her mother Lioness would also jump out from behind. But Robert had no idea what she meant by Mother Lioness. Sungbom told her that she is the same as ever, always resorting to fists to have a conversation, but he immediately surrendered. He told her to relax since he don't want to fight. Sungbom knows too well that if they were to fight, it would only lead to a loss, and losing for such a crappy job like taking down the S-Devil ship aren't worth it. He then told her that they should resolve it peacefully. He asked her if the S-Devil ship is her target. If that's the case, they will yield it to her. Elena didn't say so much word. She turned around and she told him to get lost. Sungbom said to himself that he expected something is wrong with the S-Devil ship, but he wondered why, and for what purpose would she come for such useless things like the S-Devil ship. Elena approached the S-Devil ship, and she said to them through a speaker, "Hand it over or everyone dies." But Seo-young was like, what the hell is she talking about? Even Robert thought she also want to rob them. If that's the case, he was like, what the hell did we even have for them to be so eager to attack us? He then asked Seo-young if she stashed something valuable without telling them. But he himself knows that wasn't the case because they don't have anything valuable on them. and there is nothing on the ship that could attract an S-rank bounty hunter like Elena. Se-young then asked Mokjin if perhaps he knows Elena. Maybe he had a fling in the past, or dated and had a big breakup before running away, but Mokjin told Se-young that Elena didn't come because of him. Maybe it's probably because of that child. They all turned around, but they didn't see anyone. Mokjin then said, "Show yourself, child. There is nothing to fear." Suddenly, a girl appeared from within the shadow, removing her concealment. Robert and Se-young couldn't believe their eyes. To make things worse, they have no idea who she is. Mokjin told them that she followed them from the inn, but he left her be since she had a presence but no form. He was quite impressed at the advanced technique she used since she was able to conceal not just herself but her breathing. He was like, "It seems martial arts have developed in over the years." But Sunya told him that what she used is not a stealth technique. Rather, she is wearing a stealth ring. It's a quantum technology, and it's really expensive, but Se-young doesn't care if it's expensive or not. So she asked the girl who the heck is she, and what's her intentions for sneaking onto the ship. The girl stuttered. She told Se-young that her name is Younghwa Rin, but Se-young wasn't interested in her name. She then asked her if she's the target of the people outside. She replied, "Probably. And as long as she is alive, they won't stop coming after her." Upon hearing her name, Robert immediately recognized her, since she is the main vocalist of Pronosian. Se-young was like, "What do you mean by Pronosian?" He then explained excitedly. He told her that she is the galaxy's top rookie idol duo, and she is the main vocalist of the idol group that sang a hit song. He then brought out his phone from his pocket. He searched up her name, and her profile pop up. He was like, "Wow, I was right, she's even prettier in person. And she's even from Manhwa, the same place as him." He also knows every details about her, including her height, blood types, and allergies. Elena then announced through the speaker again that she's giving them 10 minutes to hand her over, or everyone dies, although despite the tension they were in, there was no panic in their eyes. Robert asked Hua Rin for the reason why they are chasing her, but she didn't reply. Se-young told Robert that it doesn't matter if she tells them or not. She told Hua Rin that she is an uninvited guest that isn't related to them, so she need to leave. Robert tried persuading Se-young, but she told him that she have made her decision as the captain. Hua Rin was then placed at the door of the ship for her to be delivered outside to Elena. Se-young and Robert watched her through the small hole as she's leaving. Robert then told Se-young that he don't think sending her out is the right thing to do. She's even the main vocalist of Pronosian. But Se-young told him that they can't protect her, even if she is in the ship, since they are already struggling against Greenwood, let alone 8-foot fighting ghost Elena. So even if they hold their ground, Hua Rin's fate won't still change, but their fate will, because they'll all die if they were to fight Elena. She then pressed the button to close the door. Se-young is also in pain since she is unable to protect the little girl, but there is nothing she can do. Suddenly, someone placed their hand on her shoulder. That person was no other than Mokjin. Hua Rin was super surprised to see him. Mokjin said to her, "Didn't I tell you earlier not to worry since I will protect you?" At the same time, Robert and Se-young had no idea how he got in there. Se-young panically pressed the button multiple times to stop the ship's door from opening, but it was already too late. Robert then told her that they should wait and see what happens, since Mokjin is also strong, and he might end up defeating Elena. But she said to Robert, "Are you insane? I am not worried about him going out to fight. Rather, I am worried about him going out to space without protection." She then immediately told Sunja to close the gate quickly, but Sunja told her that it's already too late, and so the ship's door opened. She was like, "This nutcase is really insane. He actually went out in space." Hua Rin thanked Mokjin for seeing her out. She then told him to be careful since Elena and Sungbom are really strong martial artists. But to her surprise, something strange started happening to Mokjin. His eyes became red, and it was as if he wanted to throw up. At first she had no idea why he was like that, but she later realized that maybe he isn't with a shield. Mokjin began coughing and breathing heavily. Even Elena and Sungbom had no idea what is going on. Mokjin's face suddenly swelled, as if there is a huge pressure crushing him. After a few seconds of struggling, his face becomes somehow frozen and he went unconscious. Se-young immediately arrived on site. She put something on his face and she activated Nano Shield. She worriedly told him to wake up, and he should breathe if he is alive. But to her surprise, Mokjin woke up as if nothing happened. He asked her what the hell is she doing, but she didn't reply. She quickly pulled back her hands since her pride wouldn't want him to know that she was worried about him. She then asked him if he is crazy for coming outside without a shield. The temperature outside is minus 300 degrees, and the pressure would burst his internal organs within 10 seconds. He looked at her and he told her that she worries for no reason since he is a supreme being of heaven and earth. So nothing in this world can threaten his life. At the same time, Robert, who was watching how Seryung was carrying Mokjin to meet Elena, was thankful that she wasn't too late to provide Mokjin with a shield. But Sunja told him that she was very late. Even the greatest master can't withstand space without a shield for less than a minute, but Mokjin endured it for 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Moreover, all his organs are normal. That shows that he have far surpassed human limits. They arrived at the place where Elena and Sungbom was. Seryung could feel how powerful Elena's aura was, which proves that she is truly a fighting maniac. Even Sungbom was exuding a very domineering aura. She then told Mokjin not to cause any trouble, and he should not intervene, since she would handle it herself. And so she immediately began ranting. She was like, "Nice to see you. I have heard a lot about you two. But seeing you in person is even better." She then asked them if they knew her. She told them that she is Seryung, the leader of the S-Devils, the Blazing Devil. But there was no response from either Elena or Sungbom. It's as if they weren't interested in her bullshit. At the same time, Hwarin held Mokjin's hand, looking all scared, but Mokjin told her there is no need to be nervous since he is with her. Hwarin then said to him, "The woman Elena is not human, but rather she is a fighting ghost. Ever since she was young, she's been traveling the world looking for opponents, but no one has survived meeting her. She even built a spaceship as a fighting arena, just to travel and fight." Mokjin was impressed at such a remarkable child, because a young one dedicating their heart and soul to martial training is indeed a rare talent. At the same time, Seryung was telling them that whatever the case may be, they should talk peacefully as fellow Central Plain people, but Elena told her that she only talk with her sword. She then sent a flying sword energy towards Seryung. There was an impact, but for a moment there, no one knew if she was hit or not because of the smoke and air. And after waiting for a moment for the smoke to subside, Seryung jumped back to the ship unarmed. She shouted at Elena for attacking abruptly, since she told her that they should talk, so why the hell is she swinging her weapon out of nowhere? Sungbom was impressed at Seryung, although it wasn't Elena's full power, but it's still not an easy attack to dodge. He said to himself that although she's impressive, however, it would have been better not to dodge, because her opponent, Elena, is a mad scorpion that gets more poisonous the more it's provoked, which would eventually make her death more painful. But what surprised them all the most was seeing Mokjin and Hwarin alive. Hwarin was coughing because of the dust, so Mokjin tapped her back to calm her down. He told her that she shouldn't get scared over such trivial matters, since it's just a childish prank, although the attack looks grand. But it's just a noisy firecracker, so he told her to keep regulating her breathing. At the same time, Sungbom was like, "What the hell just happened?" Judging by the position, Mokjin must have been in the way of the attack, so how the hell is he unscathed? At the same time, Elena began activating her energy for another attack. She decided to tread carefully since Mokjin was quite mysterious. Mokjin then stepped forward, although Seryung told him not to get involved, but he didn't listen. He then said to Elena, "Child, what business do you have here? If you have something to say to Hwarin, you should speak to me instead, because Hwarin is under my protection, so any business with her goes through me." At the same time, Sungbom scanned Mokjin to see his data, but there was no data available on Mokjin, nor did he equip any internal energy drive. And upon seeing that Mokjin has no identification and no internal energy drive equipped, he wondered if Mokjin is a nameless natural from the outskirts. Mokjin then told Elena to leave if she have no business, but suddenly he was attacked, and the collision after impact was intense. Seryung, Sungbom, and Hwarin were also surprised at the sudden attack. For a moment, no one knew what happened. All they could see were two kinds of energy clashing together, but to their surprise, Mokjin blocked her spear attack with just one hand, as if she is nothing but a roadside fly, so he asked her if the reason why she came was to fight him. At the same time, Sungbom was in shock to see that he deflected the fighting ghost Elena's strike with just a palm. What's more shocking is he did it without internal energy. Mokjin then said to Elena, "There is something odd about you. You utilizing the radiant sword technique of Diankong's sect with a staff is one thing, but channeling the Shaolin's great Brahma divine art for internal energy is surprising. Moreover, what surprised him the most is the fact that she's so young but already has internal energy surpassing that of 3 cycles, so he wondered if she experienced a fortunate encounter or something else.